Hi, everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Visible, a podcast for small business owners, helping them to grow, have a sustainable business, and get more visibility online. I'm Dorz Brown, and I'll be bringing you SEO and digital marketing tips, as well as interviews and conversations with other small business owners. So, let's get started. On this day, 12 months ago, this little podcast was officially launched. So, how fitting to kick off a new series today. Welcome back to those who have hung out with me here before, and hello to the new listeners. The goal of this series is to talk about all things small business, but it applies to businesses of all sizes. Now, you may be thinking, Dorz, where did you go? And that's a very valid question. In October of 2020, on top of launching this channel and my online learning academy, I also rebranded. I went from Doreen Brown Consulting to Let's Get Visible as my business name. It made sense seeing that all other bits had that same name. But shortly after going through that rather big process, I heard an inner voice inside me say, "It's time to hibernate." What the? I just launched a new business name. Things were pretty hectic and busy, and my insides are telling me to stop, take a step back, move away from being visible and go a little invisible. Now, I know what you're thinking because I thought the same thing. Girl, you're in digital marketing. Isn't the whole point to be visible? And yes, it sure is. That is the whole point. But at the time, I decided to listen to what that voice said, and I'm so glad I did. Because what I didn't know was that a couple of months later, I would have no choice but to go a little invisible. You see, our bodies have a clever way of giving us signals and signs. Mine had been for a little while, but I was too busy to listen to it. While I was launching new things, working on new and existing projects, running workshops online and in person, my body was not coping. The best thing I could have done was hibernate. I stopped posting on social media. I stopped working all week and then all weekend long. I started having lunch breaks and walking away from my desk by 5 o'clock. I also stopped and asked myself, how did I get here? What was pushing me so hard to be everything for everybody and leaving not much left for myself? And the answer was me. There was no one else I could point a finger at and blame but me. Now, I think this is important to share because let's face it, as business owners, we all want to succeed. We want to grow and flourish and have success, whatever that means or looks like. And it's different for everybody. But I'm here to tell you that burnout is not cool. Working ourselves silly into the ground isn't either. Hustle and bustle and whatever other buzzwords out there is actually not something that I personally want to do. And after months and months of going from one doctor to another, going to see one specialist and referred to another, I finally had some answers. And while it was a relief to understand my diagnosis and that it wasn't just an inner voice telling me to shape up or ship out, I now face some new challenges. Which is why I didn't speed up the release of series 2 of this podcast, but rather let my body tell me when I was ready to jump back in the driver's seat. And I am ready, and I'm hoping that the messages you hear via these episodes will resonate with you too. That you will feel like you are not alone on this ride and that there are other people in your position too. So, what's going to be coming up? Well, in this series, I will be catching up with business owners and specialists, sharing tips around managing a business as well as health and well-being. And no, it's not just talking about taking warm baths and putting face masks on. I really want to get into the nitty-gritty, as raw as it truly is. and I hope you'll join me. So thanks again for tuning in, and I look forward to being back with you soon. Thanks for giving this show a listen. And don't forget to leave your feedback and rating, as this would make me very happy. Now, if you want to learn more about me or my services, please jump on over to letsgetvisible.com.au, where you'll also find links to my socials so you can connect there as well. Okay, well, that's a wrap for another episode. So I'll join you next time on the Let's Get Visible podcast.